In this video, I fixed my snapped engine throttle cable, fixed one of my many oil leaks, repair my teenage sail cover, and wrap it up with a test drive. Some of the thread of my sail cover had dissolved in the years of sun. I restitched them with some UV resistant thread and replaced the old Velcro. This is the underside of my steering pedestal, which is accessible from either of the quarter berths. I plan to replace this old rotted foam and vinyl eventually, but unfortunately it won't be soon enough to keep this from getting my eyes. It's like an old wasp nest right here. I'm pretty sure it's very old and very dead. But I'm looking at the wires. They go up under the steering wheel assembly down there. So. This is the transom compartment, which is behind the aft bulkhead in the quarter berths. You can really see how catastrophically my throttle cable broke. I'm lucky this cable controlled the gas and not the transmission. Somehow I was able to limp back into my slip at about a quarter knot. Getting the throttle casing off was the hardest part. You can see how much corrosion has occurred inside. At this point, I gave up on doing it the hard way. I started this project as a break from pulling throttle cables. Throttle cables, so this one came right through. This one's the other one. All right, so now we just gotta disconnect them all the way back.
So I traced the throttle cables. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out next, but they come down from the throttle right there, down into the hull. Out of down there, back, behind that bulkhead, down, above and under this fuel tank. Here's one. The other one goes up, down, under the fuel tank. Comes over here, right here, to the front of the engine, where it hooks up right here. The shifter cable goes underneath the gas tank and to the transmission. While I had everything open, I replaced one of my courtesy lights and added a window in my cover. I had laid out my old cables and measured them and then brought the same length of cables. They're sold in 1 foot increments and you cannot change their length once you buy them. I replaced my transmission shifter cable as well, but it's hard to film while working in the bilge, so I didn't include that in the video. The process is the same and I recommend replacing both cables at once because it's easier to do them together. So I'm currently trying to thread this throttle cable in. It's a bit of a nightmare. So I got my arm stuck in there. Got this cable right here. Trying to thread it through this little hole up here. Meanwhile, it's all curled up back here. How to get it straight, because if it was curled in a spiral, I'd have to unspiral it back there, and there's a chance you could break it because these type of cables have like a minimum bend radius. So if you bend them too tight, you can actually crack the interior. I used standard gasket maker to make the gasket for my throttle casing. I gave everything a brush and re-greased it off camera. I bought brass cotter pins. This is because the mounting bracket it ran through was brass, but the arm it went into was steel, so I'm not sure if this was the right decision. I also had to file them down a bit to fit properly. I used a layer of silicone around the seam for extra sealing. So it got a leak in my engine. I think I found one spot where it's coming from, but it was leaking when the engine was sitting still for a long time. Like I cleaned it when I shut down the engine, and then it was clean for a while, and all of a sudden there was some spillage on some paper towels I set down. So my concerns might be lower than the oil level, so if I open it up, it might start dumping oil, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. And if it starts leaking, I'll just tighten it back up real quick. So there's this little piece right here is leaking oil. So I'm assuming there's just a gasket under there, so I'm gonna pull it out. And assuming it doesn't drop oil everywhere, I'm gonna make a new gasket, put it back up, and hopefully fix one of probably many oil leaks in this old ass engine.
My engine leaking oil has never really bothered me because I figure if it's leaking oil, it's got oil. I kept this part in the video because I figured it was a good demonstration of how to use Gasket Maker, which you can get sold at most auto parts stores by the roll. So after making a new gasket, I realized that there was just a seal that was fucked up. So I guess I can just buy a new seal. Finally, we took the boat out for a little test drive.